Think your relationship is fine? Think again. You may be making these 10 mistakes that could be quietly destroying your love life. Relationships take work, requiring constant effort, understanding, and self-awareness. Too many couples fall into complacency, letting little things slide until they wake up living with a stranger. I'm here to reveal those sneaky relationship saboteurs that can creep in when you least expect it. Over the next few minutes, we're diving deep into 10 common mistakes that could be eroding your relationship. And trust me, you don't want to miss this. Appreciation is the lifeblood of any relationship. It's about recognizing and valuing your partner for who they are and what they bring to your life. When you start taking your partner for granted, you stop seeing all those wonderful things that drew you to them in the first place. You begin to expect their love, their effort, their very presence without giving back the same in return. You stop noticing the little things they do for you, the sacrifices they make, the way they light up your world. This lack of appreciation can breed resentment and distance. Your partner might start feeling unappreciated, unimportant, like they're just another face in the crowd. Because when someone feels taken for granted, they start to question their worth in the relationship. They might start wondering if they'd be better off with someone who truly sees and appreciates them for who they are. Don't let it get to that point. Make an effort to show your partner how much you care. Remember, a little appreciation can go a long way in keeping the flame of love burning bright. Communication is the cornerstone of any successful relationship. And I'm not just talking about the weather or what's on TV tonight. I'm talking about real, honest, heart-to-heart communication. Most relationships don't end with a bang, but with a whimper. They don't crumble because of some grand betrayal, but because of a slow, insidious erosion of communication. Couples stop talking, they stop listening, and they start making assumptions about what the other person is thinking or feeling. This creates a breeding ground for misunderstandings, resentment, and anger. When you don't communicate effectively, problems don't get solved. They fester and grow, creating a wedge between you and your partner. It's about truly listening to your partner, not just waiting for your turn to speak. It's about understanding their perspective, even if you don't agree with it. Communication is a two-way street, about expressing your needs and desires clearly and respectfully, and being open to hearing your partner's needs and desires as well. There's a big difference between constructive criticism and just plain criticism. One builds up, the other tears down. Far too many couples fall into the trap of using criticism as their primary mode of communication. Criticism is like a poison dart. It's aimed at the heart of your partner's self-esteem, and it can inflict some serious damage. When you criticize, you're essentially attacking your partner's character, making them feel inadequate, flawed, and unloved. Constructive communication, on the other hand, is about addressing specific issues and behaviors without resorting to personal attacks. It's about focusing on solutions, not blame. Check your tone. Are you coming from a place of anger or frustration? If so, take a step back and cool down before you engage in a conversation. Focus on the behavior, not the person. Instead of saying, "You're always so forgetful," try, "I noticed you forgot to pick up the dry cleaning. Is everything okay?" Remember, the goal is to resolve the issue, not to make your partner feel bad. Boundaries are not about building walls or closing yourself off from your partner. They're about creating a healthy framework for your relationship to thrive. Think of boundaries as the lines that define where you end and your partner begins. They're about respecting each other's individuality, needs, and limits. When you don't have boundaries, you risk resentment, burnout, and a loss of self. So how do you set healthy boundaries? It starts with identifying your own needs and limits. What are you comfortable with? What are your deal breakers? Once you know what your boundaries are, communicate them clearly and respectfully to your partner, and be prepared to enforce them. Setting boundaries is not selfish. It's essential for a healthy and fulfilling relationship. It's about protecting your own well-being while also respecting your partner's needs. You can have all the physical intimacy in the world, but without emotional intimacy, your relationship is built on shaky ground. Emotional intimacy is about creating a deep and meaningful connection with your partner, a space where you can truly be yourselves, vulnerabilities and all. It's about sharing your thoughts, your fears, your dreams, and knowing that you'll be met with empathy and understanding. When you ignore emotional intimacy, you drift apart. You become roommates instead of lovers, going through the motions without truly connecting on a deeper level. So, How do you cultivate emotional intimacy? It starts with being present with your partner. Put down your phones, turn off the TV, and really tune into each other. Ask meaningful questions. Be an active listener. Share your own vulnerabilities. Emotional intimacy is a journey, not a destination. It's something you need to nurture and cultivate every single day. Holding on to past resentments is like carrying around a bag of rocks everywhere you go. It weighs you down, holds you back, and prevents you from moving forward. Every time you replay that fight in your head, every time you bring up that old hurt, you're adding another rock to that bag. Resentment is a toxic emotion that can eat away at your relationship from the inside out. It creates distance, breeds anger, and makes it nearly impossible to forgive and move forward. Addressing past hurts is important, but once you've talked it through, once you've both had a chance to express yourselves, you need to let it go. Forgiveness isn't about the other person, it's about you. It's about freeing yourself from the burden of the past so you can embrace the present and build a future free from resentment. Let go of those rocks. You'll be amazed at how much lighter you feel. Life throws curveballs, it's inevitable. But it's how you face those challenges, together, that defines the strength of your relationship. When times get tough, your partner should be your rock, your safe harbor, the one person you can always count on for unwavering support. But when that support is lacking, it can create cracks in the foundation of your relationship. It can lead to feelings of loneliness, isolation, and resentment. Support can come in many forms. It might be a listening ear, a shoulder to cry on, or a helping hand with practical matters. It's about showing up for your partner, physically and emotionally, when they need you most. It's about being their biggest cheerleader, their fiercest advocate, and their constant source of strength. A relationship is a partnership. You're in it together, through thick and thin. Don't underestimate the power of simply being there for your partner when they need you most. Relationships are tough enough without a peanut gallery of outside opinions and influences. When you allow friends, family, or even social media to dictate the terms of your relationship, you're inviting trouble. Now, I'm not saying you should shut out everyone else's opinions, but you need to remember that your relationship is yours, and yours alone. It's about you and your partner, not what your mother-in-law thinks or what your friends are posting on Facebook. When you allow external influences to hold too much sway, you risk losing sight of what truly matters, your connection with your partner. Establish clear boundaries with friends and family. Limit your exposure to negative or triggering content on social media. Remember, what you see on social media is often a highlight reel, not real life. I'm not just talking about sex here, although that's certainly a part of it. I'm talking about all the little ways you physically connect with your partner throughout the day. Holding hands, cuddling on the couch, a quick kiss, hello and goodbye. Physical affection releases oxytocin, the cuddle hormone, which promotes bonding, trust, and connection. When you neglect physical affection, you risk losing that sense of closeness and intimacy. You start to feel like roommates rather than lovers. Don't underestimate the power of a hug, a kiss, or a simple touch. These small gestures can go a long way in keeping the spark alive in your relationship. Life is serious enough as it is. Your relationship should be a source of joy, laughter, and adventure. When was the last time you and your partner did something fun together, just the two of you? When did you last laugh until your sides hurt or try something new and exciting? Couples that have fun together, stay together. When you make time for fun and laughter, you're creating memories, relieving stress, and strengthening your bond. Fun looks different for every couple. Maybe it's trying a new restaurant, going on a hike, or simply staying in and watching a movie together. The important thing is that you're both engaged, present, and enjoying each other's company. Schedule some fun into your week. Your relationship will thank you for it. So there you have it, folks. 10 common relationship mistakes that could be quietly sabotaging your love life. But remember, awareness is the first step towards change. Now that you know what these mistakes are, you can start taking steps to avoid them. Love isn't just about emotions, it's about effort. Recognize these mistakes, make small changes, and watch your relationship thrive. Invest in your relationship, nurture it, and watch it blossom into something truly special.